Okay, what's up everybody? What's up YouTubers? How's it going? It's the J-Rex here. I've been wanting to make a video on this for a while, and I've just, I I really want to do this, and hopefully somebody will, find this, get some good information out here, or get some good information out of here, or I don't know, maybe grow their perspectives, or just learn something new, or be like, that's some interesting points. Yeah, so hopefully everybody finds this a positive experience, even though I'm talking about a negative experience. But it's all something we can learn from, right? So I'm noticing an increasing trend on YouTube. I don't know if anybody else is getting these kinds of videos, but I'm getting a ridiculous amount of these videos lately, and it's like usually about people like making videos. I'm like, oh, I'm 28, I have no friends. I'm 30, I have no friends. I'm 25, I have no friends. Like a lot of people around my age, maybe your age, and they're just talking about they just don't have any friends. But whenever I watch these videos, it they don't even talk about what the title is. Like they'll talk about, oh, I have no friends, and then the video will be just like about them talking about them having friends. So I'm just kind of like, what is the point of this video? I thought the point of this video was going to be about you talking about how your life is having no friends, and they spend like the majority of the time talking about having friends. So I'm like, it's like, come on, man. And then like I tried to search it up on YouTube, like I have crappy friends, and I can't find anything on YouTube. It'll be like, oh, 8 signs that you have a crappy friend, but like nobody actually talks about their experiences, dealing with crappy friends or having no friends. I don't think it's really the fact that people have no friends. I don't think that's really the case. I think it's just the fact that when people say I have no friends, I think what they really mean is I have no good friends. Like I have a lot of crappy friends, but no good friends that I can depend on, to cover my back. To be there for me. And I think this is the reason why 75% of Americans are lonely. I really think that honestly the reason why 75% of Americans are lonely is because the majority of Americans don't have a good friend that we can depend on. And I know for sure if everybody had that one good solid friend that had their back no matter what, that would always be there for them no matter what, that always had their back no matter what, I can guarantee you, like the numbers of lonely Americans, lonely people in general, would be a lot less. If you have that one person that you can count on, that that is always going to be there for you, like there's no reason to be lonely, because that there's someone there, somebody out there, that's looking out for you. But a lot of people don't have that. So not even wives or husbands. Like a lot of people are like divorced and single, broken up multiple times over. They don't even have like a significant other that they can depend on in their life, because everybody's just divorced and broken up. So it's a very serious situation. But I think as long as you have that one person, that one friend out there that really truly does care about you, on a that truly cares about you, that loves you, okay? Like legitimately loves you. And I know, people will be like, love, oh, that's so gay. But I think that's another reason why people are so lonely. We need to be like, it's okay to care about somebody. It's okay to, love somebody, okay? Not like, not like a trying to have sex with that person kind of love, but you just legitimately care about that person, kind of love, like basically like family, and it's something that a lot of us lack in our lives. You can't even depend on family anymore nowadays. There's a lot of family members that just screw each other over. You can't even depend on your family now to look out for you. It freaking sucks today. So I'm going to talk about why I have crappy friends and why people in general are just kind of crappy nowadays. So let's start with reason number one. What is it? Reason number one. Okay. Now before I get started, I think the reason why just people in general are crappy and make crappy friends are just, I think it's just because of the society we're brought in. We're brought up in a very, competitive society where just everybody's just kind of out for themselves. And we live in a very competitive society where it's just basically every man, every woman for himself or herself, and everybody's just too busy trying to survive. And everybody's just too busy caught up in the American dream, trying to live the American dream. And the American dream is a very expensive dream to live. And a lot of people sacrifice their lives, sacrifice their time, their energy, sacrifice their everything to live a very expensive lifestyle. And they get themselves like that. Like that right there from the start is already setting us up for a world of trouble, because, by trying to live the American dream, by becoming obsessed with, materialism and stuff, like people get lost in that endless pursuit for money, fame, fortune, happiness, and they get caught up and they throw their entire lives away just working, just busy, just accumulating more things, and they end up throwing away their relationships, friendships. They throw everything away just so they can have more money. Now, I will say, yeah, money is very important. I mean, money is important. We need money. Without money, how can we pay our bills? How can we survive? We need money to pay the rent or to pay the bills, to have electricity, to have food on the table, to have a place to get us to where we need to go to take care of, necessary expenditures. So we need money to survive. Now, I mean, yeah, you could argue, well, you can just grow your own food. Well, I'm not a farmer. I don't know how to grow food, and I don't know how to make my own electricity, and I don't know how to build my own house. There's a lot of things that I don't know how to do, and I'm pretty sure not everybody here knows how to grow food, how to build houses, how to generate their own electricity. I don't how to do wiring. I'm pretty sure people don't know every single thing. So we need money for things that we don't know how to do. But I mean, yeah, so it's like, yeah, we need money, but I think people, what they do is they go overboard and they just become too obsessed with money, and they make way more than they need to make, and they throw away a lot of just time that needs to be spent with family and friends, and then they wonder to themselves, why am I so depressed, and why am I so lonely, and why am I just so alone? And it's because they basically threw away everything to make more money. And yeah, it's pretty sad. So and then they like complain about, oh man, I don't have any friends. Like, why don't I have any friends? Well, and then you try to hang out with them, and then they're just like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm too busy or something. I have to work. But yeah, I'll save that for these 5 main things I want to talk about. So, all right, let's get started. So reason number one, number one why I have crappy friends, why just friends in general tend to be crappy, is that basically all of my friends are broke. But then people are like, well, wait, hold on a sec. You said that this video might be a little bit lengthy, guys. It might be a little bit long, so just brace yourselves. If you want to turn off the video, you can turn it off now if you don't like watching long videos. I personally like watching long videos. I like hearing a person talk while I'm, taking care of chores and stuff. gives me, gives me a way to learn while I'm taking care of things. But so like, wait, you said money is not important, and people should not be so caught up in work, and that's what I'm like, totally like, people should not be like work obsessed and be worried about money and all that. But I feel like people should still have some kind of money. And what happens is a lot of people are just broke, and it sucks because when they're broke, it really just it puts them in a situation where they can't like take care of anybody, and it puts them in a situation where they have to be taken care of, and that's not what a grown adult does. Like, a baby needs to be taken care of, a child needs to be taken care of, but what makes adults, grown-ups, so special is that they have the ability to take care of other people other than themselves. And if they're broke and they have nothing, it removes the ability for them to take care of other people and to create a caring and loving environment. The part of loving is being able to take care of somebody's needs, and if you're broke, it makes it harder to do that. And a lot of my friends are just generally broke, and I can't like depend on them for anything. Like, a lot of the times I'll try to hang out with my friends or do something with my friends, and they can't do anything because they're broke. I'm like, hey, let's go and get something to eat. I'm like, oh, sorry. They'll be like, sorry, I can't do that. I don't have any money. Well, I'm like, okay then. Or I'll want to hang out, maybe go to a party or something. Go to like some kind of like a techno party, and I can't go because they're broke. Like, sorry, I don't have any money. So it's like I'm not able to experience any of these things with my friends because they're broke and they have no money. And it's not because they're like generally in a hard spot. It's not like I mean, I'm sure there's legitimately some people that are in a rock and a hard place, but a lot of it is just like due to just like a lot of just dumb mistakes. Like, a lot of my friends will be like, "Oh, I'm broke, I have no money." I'm like, "Hey, let's go get something to eat." "Oh, I'm broke, I have no money." But the reason why they're broke and they have no money is because they spend their money on stupid stuff. Like, one of my friends like blew their money on a freaking like $200 action figure. Like, who the fuck does that? And like, like, they'll blow their money on dumb things like freaking $200 action figures. Or I have another friend, "Oh, I'm broken, I have no money." Well, the reason why you're broken, you have no money, is because you went and you bought like a $30,000, $40,000 sports car. Like, that's the reason why you're broke and you have no money, because you went and bought yourself a very expensive car that you did not need to buy. And now most of your paycheck is going to an expensive sports car. You could have just got like a cheap you could have got one of those cheap little like baby go-karts, man, like those little baby cars. You could have got one of those cheap little baby cars like the Mitsubishi Mirages, which is what I have, for like $10,000. It's like stuff like that. Or like, I'm broke and I have no money, and they'll be like, "I'm broke and I have no money," and they're like 300, 400 pounds like overweight. So I'm like, "Oh, I wonder why you broke and you have no money, because you're constantly going out to restaurants and eating when you don't need to be doing that. You're like 300 pounds overweight." So a lot of the times when people are broke, it's just because they're just horrible at managing money. And like, or I don't know, like, they'll be broke and they'll be like, I'm like, dude, it's like, what are you doing? Like, if you're broke, why are you renting out an apartment by yourself? If you're broke, you should not be renting out an apartment by yourself. You either need to get a couple of roommates, or you need to move back in with your parents. So it's like, you don't have to, like, a lot of these people are broke because they just make horrible, bad decisions. And because they're broke, now it puts them in a state where now they have to beg to their friends for money. I can't tell you how many times my friends have begged me for money because they put themselves in bad situations, and now the burden gets put on me, and now I have to help them pay for their bills so they can survive. I can tell you just how many times I've put thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars into my friends because they were poor and broke, they made bad financial decisions, and they put the weight onto me to carry. And I lost a lot of money just trying to take care of my friends who were unable to take care of themselves. So my friends are broke, and it's because they just make bad decisions, and it puts a burden on me. And now, because they're not able to take care of themselves, they are not able to take care of the people around them, and now they have to ask people to take care of them. That's what babies do. That's what little childs do. You have to like take care of them. So it's just very, and it's like, you know, they're not able to take care of anyone because they can't take care of themselves, and it just puts them in a very bad spot where they're not, it makes it really hard for them to care and love people around them. Let's go on to the next thing. So greedy. So another reason why, this is an extension of that, another reason why my friends are crappy is because they're greedy. So the little friends that the little friends that I do have that are able to somewhat take care of themselves, they, like I said, they spend their money on just stupid, pointless things. Like I had this, so I had so I did have a friend who was broke and poor, and I was like, it's fine, I will pay for everything. I paid for his meals, I would take him to the restaurants and pay for his meals, and I would take him to parties, I would take him to raves, I, you know, took him to like Universal Studios. I did all these things because he didn't have any money at the time. He was broke. So one day he told me, he was like, hey man, you know, you spent a lot of money on me. I appreciate all of it. When I get, you know, a good job, I'm going to, you know, I'm gonna pay you back. I'm gonna take you somewhere amazing, and we're gonna have a great time. I'm gonna hook you up. I was like, okay. So lo and behold, you know, he gets a really good paying job. 6 years pass by and nothing happens. Like absolutely nothing happens. And I'm like, why did nothing happen? I was like, and then I was talking to his brother. I was like, yeah, dude, he promised us that he was going to do something awesome for us. He was going to do something for us. And he made this promise to us, and you know, he had this great paying job, and you know, now he's unemployed. He does not have a job, and nothing happened in those 6 years. And then my friend was like, or the friend's brother was like, well, yeah, the reason why nothing happened was because he put all of his money into a cryptocurrency. So I'm like, are you freaking serious? So the reason why nothing happened in the past 6 years was because he put all of his money into a cryptocurrency. I'm like, how much did he put into the cryptocurrency? My friend was like, oh, he put like $25,000 into a cryptocurrency. I'm like, wow, that is just horrible. So he put, the reason why nothing happened was like because he put all of his money into a dumb cryptocurrency. So he wants to like be a part of all that hoopla. He wants to be a part of a big giant Ponzi scheme. He got in on some big Ponzi scheme because greed took a hold of him, and he wanted to cash in on that Ponzi scheme, and he wanted to screw over some people with the stupid cryptocurrency. I'm pretty sure there's people here that like cryptocurrency. I'll have to talk about that more in another video. But my point is, he chose to put all that money for himself. He chose to put all that money into something for himself instead of keeping his promise to his friends and taking his friends out somewhere awesome, you know, because he's greedy. He wanted to make money off of cryptocurrencies, and he was like, screw my friends, screw my promise. I want to make money, you know, for me, so I can spend it on stuff. And so, you know, that's what he did. And then my friend also was like, oh yeah, by the way, he bought like 2 really expensive, like, you know, super gaming computers. And I'm like, what the heck, dude? So why did he buy 2 really expensive gaming computers when he could have spent that money on the promise that he made? My friend's like, I don't know. So I'm like, okay. And then I did go to see them one time, and when I did go to see them, we hanged out and go to a club, and I told I told my friend, I was like, look, dude, I don't have as much money as I used to. Like, can you at least cover for yourself? And my friend was like, I don't have any money. Well, yeah, I wonder, I didn't know this at the time, but now I know. The reason why he didn't have any of his money, because he put all of his money into a freaking cryptocurrency, and he put it into a sports car, and he put it into 2 gaming supercomputers. Yeah, the reason why he doesn't have any money was because he bought all that dumb crap. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't make as much money as I used to, but I guess I'm going to have to pay for everybody again. So he completely let me down. He completely failed his promise. And it's just a huge disappointment. He has been a huge disappointment for these past 6 years. He had this great job and nothing happened. Made all this money, nothing happened, and I lost my good paying job, and I needed a little bit of help, and he was not able to help me whatsoever because he was too busy spending the money for himself. And I can add, oh my god, I can add so many and then one time we went to a freaking restaurant. And then the friend's brother was like, "Hey, this is a great time, of keeping your promise. You can buy him this dinner plate for $10." And then, the friend was like, "Oh, so how have you been, man?" He changed the conversation he didn't have to pay $10 for my dinner plate. Like, wow, just horrible, horrible. Okay, so they're lazy. The reason why I have crappy friends, I'm pretty sure everybody else here has crappy friends, is because they're lazy. Friends are just not very dependable because they're just freaking lazy. I've tried so many times to hang out with some of my other friends. There's other friends that I have, and they're crappy friends because they're lazy. They're not dependable. It's I'll try to hang out with them hey, let's play a video game or something. Let's play a video game. Let's meet up this Saturday night and let's play video games, and they'll be like, oh sure, yeah, let's do that. And then Saturday night comes and nothing happens. And I'm like, really, dude? I made time for you. I put my other stuff aside so that we could have this time together and play video games. And it's already hard enough, trying to do stuff, as grown adults, and we agreed to do something on Saturday night, and you left me hanging. And then so I talked to him the next day. I'm like, where were you? We were supposed to play. And then they'll make up all these excuses oh, I was busy, I had to do this, I had to do that, something came up, my dog ate my homework. That's exactly what it is. It's exactly the same as those students in school that could not finish their homework because they always had some kind of excuse as to why they could not finish their homework. Oh, I couldn't do my homework because of this. I couldn't do it because of that. And, my dog ate my homework. They always have some kind of excuse. And I'm like, dude, just stop making up all these excuses, man. It was a Saturday night. We had the day off. You could have easily got off your lazy fat butt and got it onto the chair, turned on your computer, and joined my game. It's too easy to get off your fat butt off the freaking couch and freaking help join my game on the, it's too freaking easy. You don't even have to drive to my house. I said we could play online. You could have easily just got on your computer and joined my game. But the reason why people don't do that is because they're lazy. People can't hold commitments. They can't hold promises. They can't hold anything because they're just lazy. They could easily do it. Just freaking do it and keep your promise. They could easily do it, but they don't want to do it because it's just laziness. They're too lazy to just get off the couch and just keep their promise. And it's just it's horrible. I've had so many people flake out on me because they can't keep their promises because they're too lazy to get off the couch and keep their promise. And it's very disappointing when that happens. And I've had times Christmas, I take the time to go to the freaking mall and get them a freaking Christmas present, and then I go to their house and give them the Christmas present, and they're sitting there on the couch watching freaking football. Oh, thanks for the Christmas present. I'm like, okay, so did I get a Christmas present or anything? Merry Christmas. Oh man, look at football. Oh man, this is such a good game. Look at the football game. Oh, this is so fun. I'm like, fuck you guys, dude. And it doesn't even have to do it. You didn't even have to, like, you could have scribbled something on a freaking card with your ass cheeks, and you could have gave that shit to me, and I would have been happy with that. You didn't even have to fucking go to the mall and buy me an expensive fucking present. You could have just wrote something on a piece of paper, scribbled your ass cheek on it, fucking Crayola, and give that to me, sealed up in a Christmas box, and I would have been happy with that. I would have been happy with that, okay? But I couldn't even get that. I could not even get ass doodles for a Christmas present. I couldn't even get, no, I got nothing. I just got this lazy bum on the couch watching fucking football. Look at football. Go Lakers. It's just laziness, laziness. So they're also selfish. On to the next one. They're selfish. My friends are crappy because they're selfish. I could go on and on. So they're selfish. So I've had friends where they just like chiseled me for all I was worth. You guys already know it. They chiseled me for everything I was worth. And I've had friends take money from me. Like, if there's one thing I gotta say here is that all men, no, I'm not gonna say that, I'm generalizing. A lot of men, not all men, a lot of men, all they care about is freaking pussy. I've had so many guy friends bail on me because they wanted to bust a nut. They wanted to go, get laid. And I had a guy that we were watching a movie together and stuff, watching freaking Shrek, catching up with like our childhood and stuff. We haven't seen each other in like 3, 4, 5 years. And then he was like, hey man, I gotta go. I'm like, dude, I haven't seen you 5 years. Can we just finish the freaking movie? No, I gotta go, man. I gotta go. I was like, whatever, dude. And so I dropped him off at his house because he doesn't have a car. He does not have a car. And I was like, what the heck? And then come to find out, one of my other friends who also talks to him said the reason why he had to go so bad was because he was trying to get laid with a girl that night. I'm like, oh, okay, so an old friend that he has not seen in 5 years bailed on me because he wanted to go have a one-night stand with some random girl that he met, like, online. Are you freaking serious, dude? And then I've had friends bail on me because I had another friend, he would call me, or I would call him, and he would answer and be like, oh, hey, man. I'm like, hey, how's it going? We haven't talked in a while. And be like, oh, I gotta go. A girl is calling me. I'll call you back, dude. I promise. Hangs up the phone. I never hear from him again. Probably because he was having a good time with that girl, and he forgot all about his old friend of, like, 15 years. So, and then I've had, yeah, I think that's it. Oh, yeah, and I've also had all of my friends left. All of my friends have left the city. They left the city for themselves, okay? Like, oh, I want to go to this city. I'm going to get a job there, and I'm going to make a lot more money there. I'm going to get a job. Oh, the girls there are so hot. All the bitches there are fine. I'm going to go to that city. And they just all left, one by one. And then I would tell them, like, dude, like, don't leave, man. Like, you're like my last friend left. You're my last friend left here. Can you please, like, stay here and, be here? You got friends, you got family here that need you. Can you please stay here? Okay? You're the last one left. Nah, man, I gotta go here. I'll make a lot more money here. I'm going, man. See ya. And so basically, they're just like, fuck you. I want the money. And so then they leave. So basically all my friends are gone. So now I'm in this city like alone. Like all the friends I made are gone. So because they wanted a job that paid more money supposedly, and then people might be like, oh, but if they get a good job, they can actually do the stuff that you said that they should do. Not usually the case. All of my friends that supposedly went to these new cities and got new jobs, what do they do with that money? Buy, put it all into cryptocurrencies, buy a sports car, an expensive sports car, buy two $5,000 freaking supercomputers. Yeah, that's where all the money went to. It didn't go into anybody else but themselves. They're selfish. So a lot of these friends, instead of thinking like, you know what? I don't make millions of thousands of dollars. I'm not the richest guy on this world, but I have a job. It pays the bills. It does what it needs to do. And I have family and friends here. I need to be here for them. And I need to look out for my friends and family, and I need to be there for them, to care for them, to look out for them, to be a good person, to be a good friend, to just be a good brother, sister, son, whatever, daughter, whatever. No, they don't think like that. They're like, no, it's all about me, 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 me. I'm going to go to this new city and make lots of money that I'm going to spend on myself. Oh, gee, and I wonder why I'm so lonely and I don't have any friends. I wonder why. Why am I so depressed and lonely? I wonder why. Because these people threw away everything. Okay, they threw away everything for their own selfish pursuits. Okay, and last reason that I have crappy friends. They are too busy. So like I said, a lot of these guys that complain, it's like in a ridiculous, I don't know what happened. Like, what is up with this new epidemic? But this new epidemic is just a bunch of, people that just don't have friends. Like, I'll talk to people and be like, oh, I don't have any friends. Oh, man, I wish I had a friend. I don't have any friends. This is ridiculous. Like, everybody is saying that nowadays. I don't know what happened in the past 5 years, but it seems like in the past 5 years, everybody just became loners and have no friends. So all these people say, oh, I have no friends. And then what happens, you try to hang out. This is like a summarization of everything. You try to hang out with these people. Oh, you don't have any friends? Okay, I'll be your friend. Oh, yay! I'm like, let's play a video game sometime this week. Okay. And then that time comes, like I said, they make up excuses. Oh, I'm busy. I was working, or oh, I have this to do. I have that to do. And, and like you try to hang out with them and it's like, oh, I got work, and and then they'll be gone like all day working, and then they'll be gone all day working, and it's like, and then they go back to complaining, oh, I don't have any friends. I'm like, dude, what do you want us to do, man? It's like you complain you have no friends, and then people try to be friends with you, and then you make up excuses that you're too busy. So why are you complaining then? So a lot of these people are just so busy working. They're so busy caught up in trying to afford the American dream, working 2 or 3 jobs, busting their butt, trying to make all this money, trying to live a lifestyle that they can't afford, buying an expensive house, buying expensive cars, going on expensive vacations, spending all this money on stuff that they don't need to spend it on, and then they go bankrupt, and then they're thousands of hundreds of thousands, $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 in debt, and now they have to work even harder to pay back all that stuff, and then they want to complain that they have no friends. Well, I wonder why. These people put themselves hundreds of thousands of dollars into debt. Now they can't afford to do anything. They can't afford to do anything. They can't afford to take care of anybody. They can't afford to be a decent friend. They can't afford to take a friend out to a meal or something, or to help their parents, mom and dad, with the bills. They can't afford to even take care of themselves. They can't afford to take care of their kids and their wife, and they can't afford to do anything because they bought all this expensive stuff they did not need to buy, and now they're broke, and now they're working even harder trying to pay off all this debt, and then they complain that they have no friends because they're so busy working, and then and then people try to be friends with them, but they're too busy working, trying to pay off all the bills, trying to pay off all the stupid crap that they bought, and then they continue buying more stupid crap that they can't afford to buy. And then they complain more about how they're depressed and they have no friends, and they're depressed and they're lonely and they're miserable, and they complain even more. It's like it's a self-perpetuating cycle over and over. Well, there you go. So I've pretty much said everything. I mean, I could go on. There's more reasons why friends are crappy. Okay, they're also crappy because if they make a mistake, they don't apologize. They don't admit when they fucked up. Be like, hey man, I'm sorry, I fucked up. I've been a crappy friend. I'm gonna make it up to you somehow. I'll do this. You know, we'll go to a super awesome party, or I don't know. We'll go eat at freaking Chili's this weekend, you know, like they don't do any of that. People will never admit that they make a mistake. They'll never admit they fucked up, and they never try to make up for what they did. So I had to make a hard decision. I had to think long and hard about it, but I've made the decision to cut off a lot of my crappy friends. I've given them so many chances for like the past 10 15 years. I think 10, 15 years is a long enough time to give somebody a chance. I gave them a chance to redeem themselves, to get their crap straight, but they just kept going deeper and deeper into the hole. And, you know, it's like, I can't save them. I tried to help them. I told them, hey, stop spending all your money on stupid crap. Just be humble. You know, like, just stop spending your money on all this stuff. Save up the little money that you do have. Invest it. You know, invest it into good investments like silver or stocks. Learn how to swing trade. I've done all these things to try to help them, but it just went through one ear, out the other. They continue to dig themselves further into a hole, and they are so deep in the hole now that they cannot be saved. And I'm just going to have to, I try to help them, but I'm like, at this point, I'm like, I've tried as long as I could, man, but it's time to cut it loose. I've had so many friends just bail on me for pussy. It's really sad, dude. And it's like, so I'm going to have to, you know, bail on me for their own selfish desires. And I have to cut them out. It's done. I've gave them enough chances. It's time to let it go. And I know a lot of these people, and I know they're not really doing anything with their life. I know they're like sitting alone in their room, self-absorbed in all their own self-indulging pleasures, and they're just sad and alone and grown little man babies, woman babies, and they're never gonna learn. They haven't learned in 15 years. I don't think they'll ever learn. It's time to let it go. And I need to get them out of my life, and I need to make time for people that actually do care about me, that actually do love me, that actually do look out for me, and are not selfish pricks. So I need to take them out, and I need to make time for other people, okay? So that actually do matter. I mean, just for the sake of being a true friend, like I said, everybody needs to be a true friend. Everybody needs to practice unconditional love. I will still continue to be their friends. Regrettably, I still have to be their friends because that's what a true friend has to do. But I'm going to make them a lot less of a priority than I used to. And by a lot less of a priority, I mean, like, I'm just not going to talk to them anymore. But I'll still be their friend, but I'm just not really going to make an effort to talk to them anymore. I'm just not going to talk to them, period. Now, I mean, if they say hi, how you been? I'll be nice. I'll be like, oh, hey, how you been, buddy? How you been, friend? How you been, buddy, old pal? Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. But then after that, turn off the phone and not talk to them anymore. So I'll go ahead and say hi. What's up? That's it. Not saying anything else. Until they get their shit straight, I am done with that bullcrap. I am done taking care of all these man babies, woman babies. I am tired of it. So until they can learn to get their shit straight, hey, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm busy too. Click. So thank you everybody for watching. Hope you learned something out of this. Maybe some good knowledge. Thank you everybody. Have a good one. Something's got to change. It's not our fault. It's not our fault. The reason why we have no friends, a lot of people say that. I'm going to say it's not the fact that we have no friends. It's more of the fact we have crappy friends. The reason why we all have shitty friends is because our society made people this way. Our society taught people how to be crappy friends. You know, our society never taught people how to be good friends. And everybody's just caught up in all this money, materialism, and greed, and selfishness. People are not able to be good friends because society does not dictate them to be good friends. Society doesn't encourage people to be good friends. Society doesn't tell or teach people to be good friends. This society teaches people to be pieces of crap. So thank you everybody for watching. Have a good one. Peace.